The team still winds up in this malaise. Sort of, what do you take out of this, and how does the team shake out of it, sort of the way you shook out of it?
It just sucks, period. Nobody, want to keep losing. Obviously, when we feel like we trending in the right direction, putting, at least a good first half together. But, the third quarter been killing us all season. That's something that we've been talking about. So we just got to figure it out. We don't know if it's halftime or what it is, but as a group, we just got to rally around each other and figure it out.
How do you avoid this becoming mental? When you have so many crushing losses in a row like this, how do you avoid it becoming more of a mental thing?
I mean, it's us being our profession, it's a lot of mental stuff we got to deal with. So, it shouldn't be that crazy. It's basketball at the end of the day. You go out there, you give effort. So we just got to fix it, and we got to fix it now because obviously we got 19 games left in a couple of weeks, and we got to put this together.
Spo has been saying in recent weeks that it felt like you guys were going to have a breakthrough, but then he called this game kind of a regression. Did it feel like this wasn't really the way you guys have been playing lately?
I mean, like I said, we feel like we've been trending in the right direction. Obviously, you can't win every game, and this is a tough league to win in. And but some of the times you control what you control, but I think our effort haven't been there, especially when we're not making shots. So it's been tough on us.
It was definitely a tough loss. Had a lead, lost it again. Put ourselves in another chance to win the game at the end. We fell short. Didn't guard anybody on that end of the ball, and the offense was off a little bit in the fourth.
Is it mental? I mean, you're talking about another double-digit lead in the fourth quarter. How do you sort of, Coach kept saying you were close to getting over that hurdle. How do you get over it?
If we knew, we would do it. Not really sure how to get over the hurdle right now, but just continuing to stick with it. I don't know if we moved in the standings. I think we're in the same spot, so have to stick with it and keep fighting.
Coach continues to emphasize process over results. Is it a challenge to continue to kind of use that same approach when these losses keep happening?
No one wants to lose. Besides tonight, though, I feel like the games we've lost were all games we obviously could have won, but they feel like we're heading in the right direction, as Coach has said. Tonight just wasn't one of those losses. It was a bad loss.
Thanks, Tyler.
Bam, until tonight's game, Coach would tell us after each of the games, strides are being made, you guys are moving forward, it's looking better. But he was sort of more candid after this one, and he says there was regression. And, we went back to some of the things. How disheartening is it to make, all the strides forward and then have a night like this?
Because we all sick of losing. That's the easiest thing that can happen in this league is losing games. It's hard to win games in this league. Obviously, as we all know, it's up to us as players to dig ourselves out of this hole.
What went wrong in this specific fourth quarter that led to the loss?
I feel like they wasn't taking advantage of a lot of one-on-one matchups, transition, and we weren't loading to the ball.
Throughout this season, you guys have said at various points we felt like the offense was affecting our defense, and then that hadn't really been the case for a while, but why do you think that kind of cropped back up tonight?
I feel like an old habit crept back in where, we don't see the ball going and we kind of get deflated. And, it's got to get to a point where, obviously, I'm going to start demanding more from not only myself but everybody else. When shots start to miss, how can we get three straight stops?
Can you talk about the mental aspect within this? Because I know after yesterday you said it's a gut punch, but there's been a lot of these gut punches. How do you sort of roll with the punches?
Man, we keep getting up. That's one thing. We keep getting up. We're going to keep fighting. At some point, we're going to get some wins.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.
Coach, you've spoken about these painful losses,
Yeah.
where you get the double-digit leads going late in the game.
Yeah.
What did you see?
We've been battling, for several games, and I really liked, a lot of the things that were going on, even in some of these losses. Today was a regression, for one night. We have the competitive character. We're going to bounce back, but we had some of these things bubble up again. We know what they are. Some of the missed shots, poor decisions offensively that would lead to, lack of focus defensively. Where, we're at our best when it doesn't matter what's going on. We can defend and get multiple stops, and that kind of fuels our offense, fuels our confidence. We had a little bit of that bubble back into the game. Coming out of timeouts where we had a chance to push a lead to double digits, where they would come storming back. At halftime we didn't come out ready. I felt like that was behind us. With that said, too, I felt like I didn't do a good job, with managing the minutes. I went into the game thinking that we'd need some speed and a little bit more of the energy boost, and we got to that lead, and so I thought, we would try to extend it, but I think, nobody in the locker room is going to make an excuse. Our main guys are not going to make an excuse about it, but I felt like there was, some fatigue in that fourth quarter. And if I could have gotten them a little bit more of a break, at some point during the game, I think we would have had enough of a boost, to finish this off. But that's on me, and that's, I have to do a better job for this team.
Two things on one end, their zone minutes, did that get you guys out of rhythm a bit early?
Well, probably, those were, some make or miss. That's what I'm talking about. Like, if you go back and look at that stretch, we had some wide open looks, certainly some wide open threes on that could have extended the game just by itself. Yeah, the right guys shooting those shots too. But again, we haven't had that for a while where our missed shots affected our resolve and commitment defensively. I haven't really felt that for a while. Those were some of the things that were troubling us, 6 weeks ago. But that bubbled back into the game a little bit, and they would score, easily, on stuff that we haven't been giving up for weeks. Go on the other end. It's not like we were horrible defensively all the way through. I mean, obviously we held them down, for most of the game until that final 6 minutes. But it was, what I'm talking about is like, the offense affecting, our defense, and we all kind of felt that tonight.
Well, maybe you just answered it, but it seemed like they weren't getting anything in the paint early on. As the game wore on, they were just getting more of those.
Yeah, and we're great at that. We're great at that. And I'm not taking anything away from their driving, ability and how they got into the paint those last 6 minutes. But when we're dialed in, we're great at defending that. I think, the missed shots, guys being out of rhythm, handful of poor decisions, just turned the momentum, where we didn't have that necessary resolve. And again, my ownership part of it would be, if we had some fresher bodies and fresher minds, maybe we would have, an ability to withstand that. So we're all in this together. That's what I told the group right now. I'm fully with them. Everybody is this is an opportunity for all of us to face, our demons, to get past this. This is not something that's comfortable for any one of us, and I see something amazing on the other side. If we can collectively overcome this.
You got both Wiggins and Khalil back tonight, and especially early, they seem to be adding something to the mix. Just your thoughts on getting each of those two back, and now maybe having that stability, what it might mean going forward.
Yeah, when I talk about playing the main guys, too many minutes, you could throw those guys into there. I'm going to have to talk to the training staff. There was a loose minutes restriction that I kind of stretched with the two of them, but they both looked great out there physically, and right now they feel very good. Thanks, Bo. All right, thank you.